Welcome to Johnny and Brotsky with your hosts Johnny Kim and Brandon Brotsky. All right, this is Johnny Kim, your lifestyle and business consultant.
And this is Brandon Brotsky, owner and CTO of Brotsky LLC.
And today's topic, vision and goals.
Yeah, we'll go over kind of what the differences are and how they're important and how they affect us.
All right, so what do you think the main difference is between having a vision, and having goals in your life?
So I think goals are more short-term in a sense. I mean, they could be long-term goals, of course. But I view a vision as being very, vague.
Yeah, it's the big picture. That's how I kind of, in a nutshell, vision is your whole, kind of like your purpose and the big picture of where you're going.
So for an example, I guess physical fitness, for example. My goal is to be in great shape. It's be in great shape, get buff, be more attractive, etc. That's more of a vision. It's not really a goal. Mm-hmm. Whereas a goal would be something like, I want to gain 5 pounds of muscle by the end of the month.
Or being able to bench press 225 or something like that.
Sure. Or if you, on the other side, maybe losing weight. I want to get down to a certain body fat percentage. I want to be healthier. I have a goal of doing this and that and this and that. And really try to improve your entire lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, vision is almost having a theme. It's I want to be super fit and so super healthy and aesthetically pleasing. And goals are, what are tools that I need or what are accomplishments that I need to get there?
Yeah, I agree. Well, what kind of goals do you set for yourself?
Well, I like to separate my goals between professional goals and personal goals. For my personal goals right now, it's all about health, fitness, and all of that, and improving my craft, which kind of ties into my professional goal. I want to be the best. So my vision is I want to be the best therapist and the best consultant, and really grow my business. So growing my business would be a goal. But my vision is to be the best therapist out there, the number one expert out of, that people come to when it comes to therapy, psychology, behind business, social skills, and things like that. That's my big vision professionally. But my goals right now is create that business, get as many clients, get as many exposure, learning new things.
Okay.
How about you?
I mean, I think my vision, I have a few.
Yeah. What's your professional one?
Well, professional is what I focus on the most. I want to have a large business. I want to have a large agency is my goal. To be competing with the biggest agencies that are around, the big famous ones. And I would like to be a major player of that. Now, on the short term, my goals are, I would like to work for other agencies. I would like to get my business to be a vendor of maybe some agencies so I can see how they work, understand how other agencies work, other successful ones. I have goals of maybe growing the company. So right now we have about maybe 20 people working with us. Hopefully we can grow that to 30, 40 people and do short-term growth. I think I like to do steady growth, little by little versus just all at once. I'm not going to be a top agency this year.
Yeah, that's how it usually works.
It's not realistic. I would like my agency to grow to that maybe over 10, 15, 20 years to get there. Maybe in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Do you usually have a specific timeline of when you want to achieve your goal? Or is it just case by case?
I don't really have a specific guideline. I mean, I should get better at it. I know some people are very strict about that, where they have daily goals, they have weekly, monthly, yearly, maybe the 5-year goals.
The 5-year goals, yeah. And they have a specific time, hey, I want my revenue to be this much by this specific year or by this quarter. Do you ever do that?
Not so much with revenue. Money's never really been a goal for mine. I try not to make money the goal.
Yeah.
I think money is really, at the end of the day, it's a measurement of your success. I don't think it is a measurement of like who you are. There's not really a goal. I don't agree with people that say, "Oh, I just want to make $1,000,000."
Yeah.
Like, why $1,000,000?
Exactly. I agree. I think money is like a commodity.
Sure.
It's a tool for you to achieve what you want to achieve.
I was talking to another friend of mine, and he was telling me, like, oh, my goal was to make $1,000,000 by 25, and I did that. I was really happy. And he's like, my next goal was to make 10 million by 30. And I'm just thinking, why? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, sure, those are great numbers, and I'm glad you reached that goal at 25. That's awesome. But you're focused on money. Why money? I think you should be focused on growth. Focus on things that, if they become successful, money will come. And for my business, now, if I grow, if I get more clients, clearly I'll be making more money.
Mm-hmm.
So that is obviously a nice benefit. But money itself, I don't think that's the purpose or the goal. And I mean, that's just depressing. Like,
yeah. I've talked to like a lot of like millionaires and billionaires throughout my career. You know, having all those experiences, and there's you know this, like there's tons of millionaires and billionaires who achieved, you know, what they really wanted to do.
Sure.
But they're super depressed. They're you know, abusing drugs and things like that. You know, when I worked with clients, it's because when I talked to all of them, they didn't have a why. Like they didn't have that. They knew the what, like what they wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew how to do it. So what they wanted is they wanted to be a billionaire. And this guy, he was from like Tokyo. He had like a list of, he's like, I want a Bugatti, I want a private jet, I want a billionaire, I want to grow this company. So he had like a what, and he knew how to do it. Like he did it.
Sure.
He achieved everything on that list. But he didn't have a why. So why, if someone asked him, why do you want all those things? He'll just be like, just because I want it.
It's cool. It's cool to have a Bugatti.
Yeah, it's cool to have a Bugatti. I always
Sure.
love looking at Bugatti. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a why.
Hey, maybe there was a why. Maybe he wanted a Bugatti that was so important to him because when he grew up, he couldn't afford to have one. I mean, not many people could. And I mean, that's why eventually I would like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I would love one, just because it would be really cool to have one. I think
that's
fun.
Yeah, that's having like all these toys are awesome, but I think relying on that for your happiness, like your
oh yeah,
you know
completely.
what I mean? Like because a lot of people have this, right? When I be a millionaire, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. So then people like get there and they go, oh fuck, this is not what I pictured. I'm not happy at all. I have $1 million now, but what the fuck? What is that for?
Sure.
And then that kind of crushes the reality.
Yeah, look, I mean, I drive a nice car now, and I just, it doesn't make me happy. I mean, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love it. I have a great time, but I wasn't any like more happy now than I was without it.
Exactly.
It's not the biggest deal. No, it's fun. I enjoy doing it. Cars have always been a hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to get looks in the street when people drive by. And every once in a while, like that hot girl on the street will check me out a little bit because I'm driving a nice car. Now, that's all pluses. All great. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't make me happy at all. You can be driving any car you want, and it won't make you happy.
Exactly. And you told me you met some millionaires who you couldn't even tell. He just drives like a really shitty, you said like a 1996 Mercedes.
Oh,
do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
We have a friend of the family, and they own
warehouses,
shopping centers, warehouses. I mean, they're very, very wealthy, and when you meet them, you would have no idea. Like, just no idea. I mean, you would tell they're maybe well off because they don't have certain problems that a lot of other people do. Like health insurance is clearly not an issue for them, and they drive decent cars. And they live in nice houses, but not overly nice. It's not like a mansion. But it was amazing that the head of the family, I was talking to him, and I became really close to him, and I asked him, well, you have all this money, you're doing so much, why are you continuing working? And he's about 70. And he's like, oh, it's because I enjoy it. I'm working for, like, my family. And I was like, well, do you want anything else? Like, I told him how I would want a Lamborghini. And he goes, no, I mean, I don't care. I don't care that much.
My family won't fit in there, so...
Exactly. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He didn't care about that. He cared about building his business so his children and his children's children would be, like, able to live a better life and be able to inherit something better. And that's what really drove him.
Yeah. See, I think it's because, I mean, he's probably happier than most of the other ones because he had the why. He had the what and the how.
Oh, yeah.
And now he had a why behind it.
Mm-hmm.
While some other millionaires and billionaires, they just have the what and how.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That makes a huge difference. Just when you pursue that happiness. If happiness, everyone wants happiness. And people kind of assume, some people have that specific why. And other people, they just go, when I get there, I'll be happy. I'm fucking miserable and depressed now. But maybe,
Sure.
This $1,000,000 will make me happy. And that's so fucked up at the same time, right?
It could be. I don't know.
Because that's sad. That's like, I'm depressed right now. My life is miserable, but hopefully, it's like they're thinking like, hopefully it'll just go away. Like I won't work on myself. I'll just work on this thing, and I'll be very dependent on that outcome.
Sure. I think that's where balance comes in, right?
Yeah.
And that could actually be a good goal and a good vision. Is I want to be more balanced. I want to be evenly distributed. It's something that I like, to be honest, can struggle with at times, where I'm very, very focused on work. Sometimes I forget about maybe friends and family that I should be calling more and stuff. And I do my best to give people the time of day. But the reality is that my business takes a lot of work. I mean, I'm working like 18-hour days at times, and it's very easy to get unbalanced. And it's busy times. It's hard even to go to the gym to go work out, and then I don't work out for a couple of weeks, and I feel horrible. And I mean, I love working out, so I work out maybe I try to work out at least 3 times a week. If I could, I would go twice a day. But if I don't keep that balance, I mean, it throws me completely off.
Exactly.
It throws me in a downward spiral, and nothing does well.
Exactly. I created that system. The system I told you about, the VIPLA, lame, LAME.
Explain it.
So this is what I live by to kind of have a really balanced life. I make sure that all these things are equally taken care of.
Sure.
It's like the 4 pillars of relationship I told you about. If you want a successful relationship, have those 4 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this, and I create another one for myself, like how to have a balanced professional and personal life.
Sure.
So V stands for vision. Always constantly update that vision and refresh that vision and solidify that vision and make it as clear as possible. And interest. Have my interests always there and always kind of taken care of. P stands for principle. Am I still, living my life with the principles that I have? Or am I compromising myself? Or am I, degrading that principle?
Sure.
L stands for looks, but really looks means like biological, which means health. Am I taking care of myself? Am I grooming myself? Am I working out? Am I eating healthy? Am I taking care of all of that? A stands for adaptability. Am I pushing myself? Am I getting too comfortable? Am I pushing myself out of the comfort zone?
Sure.
So these are always all these things, like, and I'll go talk about the other stuff later, but like that's so super important, especially with this topic, adaptability. Like, am I pushing myself? These are all just like checkpoints that I always look at. I'm like, how am I doing with all these things?
Sure. I think all these points of this huge list, right?
Yeah.
Can really be like its own topic of conversation.
I know. Each one of those letters could be...
I know.
We could go on all of them. But yeah, like, so it's having that balance is really important for your vision and goals. So that's what V stands for.
Yeah, to actually achieve them.
Exactly.
Now, goals can actually be, what I found is you can make little goals, little tiny things, just to like make you feel good that you're checking something off that list, and that it gives you a little bit of extra confidence. I mean, something I started doing recently is I try to make my bed. Now this sounds bizarre, like who wants to make their bed? And usually I don't even have guests come over. I don't have like anything. My girlfriend doesn't care if I make the bed or not. It does make her happy when I do make it, and she says thank you for making it. But the reality is that I'm going to get away with it, and I'm going to live just as good a life. But the philosophy behind making your bed is the first thing you do in the morning is something, and you're going to do it great. You're going to achieve this goal of making your bed, and it's going to look perfect. It's going to be amazing, and you're really going to feel good that you achieved that first goal in the morning. And it really helps you achieve that next goal and next goal and next goal throughout your day. So pretty soon, that one little goal of making your bed turns into, wow, you just accomplished this long list of goals that help you towards your end vision. And it all relates.
Yeah, and creates that snowball effect.
Sure.
Right? Like we said on the other podcast, like success breeds confidence. So once you get that small thing, you accomplish that small thing, you're now more motivated to accomplish the next thing on the list.
Oh, I know.
And the next thing on the list. And the next thing is, have you heard that technique about like flossing your teeth? People, like all you have to do is tell yourself, I'm just gonna floss one tooth. And then so in your mind it's like, that's not that big of a deal, I'll do it. One tooth, whatever, right? And then you go with the next tooth, and then because you're already there. And then you go to the next one. That's how you kind of like train yourself to floss your teeth every morning.
Pretty soon you get a routine.
Yeah.
And you're flossing your teeth every day.
Exactly. So it's like that snowball effect of kind of tricking yourself mentally. It's like a psychology hack. It's like
interesting.
You just kind of like set goals that are so tiny that it's like, oh, that's it? All right, I'll do it. And then while you're there, you're like, I'm already here, so might as well just do the other teeth.
Sure.
But same thing with that, like that morning routine of making the bed. Oh, I'll just make the bed here. And then all of a sudden you're there, and the next goal sounds a lot easier to accomplish because you already did this.
Mm-hmm. You know, another thing, talking about goals and how I accomplish them, I have a whiteboard. I love whiteboards. I started this with a small little whiteboard, maybe like 2-3 feet. And when I moved and I bought my place, in my office, I have this giant whiteboard, and Johnny and I are looking at it right now. It's 8 by 10 feet, and what I did is I went to the hardware store and I got like each one of the raw boards. It's called Masonite Board, and I put them to the wall, and it makes these giant whiteboards so I can literally write on the wall. And places like Google does this. I had a meeting at the Google headquarters down in Venice. And they have rooms with like all whiteboard.
I know, that's pretty awesome.
Really cool. And so that's kind of where my inspiration came from. But on this, I, of course, like to draw out different ideas that I have for maybe applications. But a big part of the board, usually about half of the board, are these huge task lists. And I'm usually working on anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 projects. And so I like to have a task list for each project. And that way I can visually see it. And then I can also go over and interact with the list. I can change it with a little whiteboard marker. I can erase it. I can alter it. I can put little notes. When I'm talking on the phone, I can jot down little things. And it really helps me get my work together. Now, when I'm sitting at my desk, I don't necessarily want to be on the whiteboard. So I can just turn around, look at the whiteboard, know what I have to do. And I also have a notepad that I write down things. So it's a much easier thing to do.
Yeah. I thought about doing this too, but like a little differently. Like I wanted like those like glass things but with like a white background.
Oh, I know. Those are nice.
Aren't those cool?
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do next.
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
So these, if you go, this was done very, very affordable. I got the framing. I got
Home Depot.
It was Lowe's, but same thing,
yeah.
Same price.
Yeah.
Each one of the boards for the raw material, you get like 8 by 4 boards. They're like classroom size, and they're only about $13 a piece, so they're really cheap. And the whole board for the 8 by 10 feet board. It cost me about $75 for all the silicone, the everything. So really reasonably priced.
Super cheap.
Whereas a board that's maybe, I don't know, 5 feet by like 3 feet, if you buy that online, you're paying upwards of like $200
Shipping.
plus shipping, and it's
Pain in the ass.
It is.
Yeah, I do the same thing with right now. I have a corkboard, and I just get those like 3x5 those index cards.
Sure.
And I just write my goals and my to-do list and things like that on the corkboard, and with like those little tacks.
Or another thing that a lot of people use is sticky notes.
Yeah, sticky notes.
It's actually a thing where in the agile workflow in software development, they use a lot of sticky notes for that very thing, and I think that's definitely great.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think you should try new things. I think you should find what's perfect for me. I'm in love with whiteboards. I love them. I think they're amazing, and it's really it helps me on a day-to-day basis. And at the end of the day, I mean, it really helps me achieve more goals.
I know, and it's like right there. So it's like you could see it, you could visualize it, and it's more solidified rather than just like a thing in the back of your head.
Sure.
Like I'll do that later.
And it's white and it reflects. It makes the room look nice. I really enjoy it. But I think my next one once I upgrade, when I want a more expensive one, definitely
glass.
the glass. The glass looks amazing.
I know.
You have a white background and then
Exactly, and you just write on the glass.
That's
smooth.
where it just gets very expensive.
I know.
Like you're looking at.
Do you have to customize that? You have to custom make that, or do they sell that?
I don't even know.
I feel like you have to customize it, like the size and everything.
I mean, just the transportation of that is going to be.
It's gonna be heavy.
Expensive, and
maybe you could get like a really thin glass.
Maybe. I'm sure there's ways of doing this.
Yeah, I'm sure,
but I haven't researched it yet.
I
just know it's going to be more expensive than my $75 thing. That
I feel it'll be a couple hundred.
Yeah.
It'll be a couple hundred. It won't be too bad.
I think probably more than that. That's big glass.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting pretty off topic.
Okay. But we covered a lot.
Anyway, you don't need to have something expensive to be able to achieve goals. It just has to be something nice.
Exactly. Small goals first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you grow. You level up.
You could even use your phone. There's a ton of task lists.
Oh, yeah.
Apps.
I use my calendar all the time and stuff like that.
Oh, calendar. That's a great thing too. My business, we schedule every meeting. We do calendar events, and then for personal use, I schedule every different appointment I have in my calendar, and then it alerts me when I have to go. So I tend not to miss meetings.
Yeah.
And that way I'm always punctual.
Yeah. It reminds me that it's also important when you set goals to have to solidify an achievement, to solidify like a reward. Like, you know how I don't know, that's how I always think. Like behavior, maybe it's got psychology background, like behaviorism.
Sure.
You know how I'm always like, hey, after we get to our 100th episode, let's get this. After we achieve 500 episodes, let's do this. Like reward ourselves with like a new mic or get new this. That's just how I think. I just always like to do that. So it's like that way it kind of trains your mind to be a reward seeker.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's our motive. Like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. And it kind of gets nice ball rolling too. And at the same time, it helps you not go on a shopping spree or spoil yourself a little too much.
And yeah, I agree. That's cool. My girlfriend's father told me that I'm not allowed to get the next version, the next car up
until you reach certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, that's how successful people think.
I have to do at least double what I'm doing now in order for me to
what a 911.
Yeah.
Really? That's funny.
Which I mean, I don't know if I'll ever do it because my car is fast enough and it's pretty enough.
Or you could say, until I triple my revenue, I'll get a Lamborghini Aventador.
Maybe.
Right? If you could triple it, then you could easily get the Lamborghini Aventador, right?
I don't know. Look, with getting nice cars, I think it's not a matter of being rich. It's a matter of being rich enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to be super rich to be able to afford a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You just have to like be rich enough, and you can live in a cardboard box with a Lambo.
That's it.
So you
it's
could.
not. It's not about like getting being rich for these rewards. It's like a nice little like kids.
Yeah.
So you get a little chocolate at the end. Finish your homework, and you'll have a little chocolate after it, or it's like that. But for us, grown up version, if you get 3 times that revenue, you get a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't change. It's psychology. We're very reward seeking at the same time. I think it's also a good habit to do that because there's other people where they're punishment avoiders, right? That's how they're motivated sometimes, and I think that's a bad way to motivate yourself, to be punishment avoiders rather than reward seekers.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's like the same thing, but reframing it.
Yeah, there's many ways you can look at this.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I think that's great.
I think we had a good talk.
Yeah, and we're looking to finish up the website for this too. But in the meantime, please subscribe to us on SoundCloud, and also check out the YouTube videos at my YouTube channel. I'll post them on Brotsky.tv and also thebrotsky.com in the meantime. And have a great day.
See you next time.